There and welcome to the first of the series called Free-to-Play Tryouts, and it pretty much explains everything right there. We're going to be taking a look at some free-to-play games. Pretty much all are going to be on Steam, and we are going to give them a shot, see what they're like, and see if it's something that you may like to play. All opinions that are expressed here are basically, of my own, through my own experiences and preferences. So take everything that I say as a grain of salt, but I'm hoping that I can expose you to a little bit of the games, and you can look into the things that do interest you. So here we are, the very first one here. It's called World of Guns, and as I said before, it is on Steam, and this is pretty much what your tree is going to look like from the beginning. I think you have the range, AK-47, Colt 1911, and bonus here, and I've done a little work, so I've got a little bit more, and but this is even half of it. Let me just back out a little further. I'm not exactly sure how full this gets, but from how dense this is, I'm pretty sure there's a significant number of guns yet to be revealed. And as you unlock new guns, you can see it kind of opens up shadows as you go on to help make a decision on which gun you want to go with next. From what I can tell, there's no real organization as far as submachine guns or rifles or even countries. It all just seems to be a mix, like a sampler platter, and you just kind of choose the ones that are interesting to you. Now, if we just start looking around the screen here, at the top we've got some controls, shows the experience, which is their currency that you use to actually unlock these games, new weapons. Credits here are 0. This is actually the in-game currency, like real money that you would pay for to unlock things faster, so you don't have to work your way through it. You can just go and buy the guns you want. Down here on the bottom left, we have a friends tab. They made it extremely easy to just go ahead and send a friend invite through your Steam account to get other players in on the World of Guns. On the bottom here, we have a catalog, which shows all of the products in game, even if you haven't revealed them. And these new models and things like that right here, top downloads, but more interesting, you can divide by countries, by manufacturer, even time period and type, and you can look to see what you want to work towards. You can set a goal. Let's just go ahead and get right into it here. Let's just look at a weapon. AK-47. Here are the achievements that you earn through playing the game modes, and you can see it shows the gauge on all the weapons as well. Say this one right here I've not unlocked completely, and I've only gotten a few achievements, and you can see the progress right there. To unlock Super Game Mode or Hardcore, I have to consecutively go down this list and keep beating the game mode to unlock the next one. And we'll get into those shortly. Now, this sidebar here that shows up shows the achievements and the game modes you've unlocked. It also has model information, which shows some nice little pictures that Google can bring up for you, but it also gives a nice little history. Now this one's pretty short, and I've seen a few guns that actually cover about half the page or a little bit more down here, and it just kind of gives a brief history of where the gun came from. Alright, now the different game modes are it's what the game is. It's a simulator. Now, field strip, you actually take the gun apart, but you do not take it apart to the exact nuts and bolts. You're just taking like the receiver away from the barrel or the barrel off, taking the bolt out, and these are operations you'd be actually doing out in the field, hence the name field strip, just to maintain the gun. That's what you're going to be doing to clean and lubricate and things like that. Now, disassembly is something you would be doing in an armory in a cleaner condition, where you can take the actual rivets, or not rivets, but pins out, and taking the gun down completely to its individual simplest parts. The bolt assembly would be taken apart, and you'd have the firing pin and any other levers and things like that would be actually separated. Likewise, the stock and things like that would be completely taken apart. The magazine would be taken apart with the follower and the spring taken out and inspected. So that's going to be disassembly. Now, assembly is, the reverse, so it takes the last step of disassembly where everything is completely apart and then you put it back together. Operation, you have the weapon and you can go through the cycle of operations on it. You can check to see how the safety works and reloading. It even allows you on some guns to change some of the stocks or add silencers on it, and it does actually change the sound when you fire it. Now, cycle of operation also has an interesting feature where you can change the view. You can have different cutaways so you can see the actual parts inside moving. There's also X-ray, which it's a little different than a cutaway, but same principle on being able to see inside the gun. And you can sit there and really study how a gun works if you're very much interested in it. Game is where you take a gun that is assembled, then you go through the disassembly and assembly back to back, and you're being timed on it. Super game and hardcore game are very similar, but they have a little bit different requirements. Now, this is a simple game. It's a simulator where you take a gun apart and you put it back together. However, there's a lot of things that you can disassemble and reassemble, and they have thought of this. And in this bonus tab, they have some skeletons that you can actually take apart. A lot of vehicles actually. And this human skeleton here is actually built into the game. You can go ahead and play this. Now, any of these others, you'd actually have to buy the special package, and that can be bought through credits through their marketplace, or some of them that can actually be purchased. I think all of them actually can be purchased through Steam as well. But again, that's when you're starting to get into actually paying money. So I have not yet done any of these. Alright, well that's it, and thank you for watching this first free-to-play tryouts, and look forward to having you for the next one.